This weekend is the unofficial start of summer, and many people are hoping to take advantage of the waterways across the natural state. This morning, Hayden Balgavy is helping us stay safe on the water in today's Outdoor Report.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Trey Reid with Arkansas Game and Fish joining me as he always does. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm doing well.
Doing really well.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot going on. I know we've been excited. We've been really busy too. So turkey season, put that in the past. We've been talking about summer and getting ready, of course, holiday weekend. Everybody's going to want to be on the water.
It is a big one. This is Memorial Day weekend, Hayden, and that's, we're fortunate in Arkansas. You can get out in a boat 12 months
Very
of the
blessed,
year.
yeah.
You got to, bundle up in the wintertime, but this is a time when people start playing on the lakes. School's out, or soon will be, depending on where you are. And so we look at Memorial Day weekend as the unofficial kickoff to boating season in Arkansas. Actually, nationally, this past week we have celebrated National Safe Boating Week, which leads up to Memorial Day. And so it's that time to talk about being careful out there on the water. A lot more traffic. We had a lot of new boaters come into the fold with COVID and the pandemic in 2020.
Yes.
A lot of people sought that refuge out on the water, and that's a great place to seek it. A lot of those folks weren't as experienced, though.
Sure.
And so we've seen a slight uptick in boating accidents over the last few years. Glad to have those people, continuing to go out there and boat. But boating education is required for everybody born after 1985.
Okay.
But what we see, unfortunately, Hayden, is the folks involved in boating accidents are closer to late 40s and their 50s. They're about my age.
Okay.
So
a little bit of surprise.
They're folks that don't have, maybe they've been boating a long time, but they haven't taken boater ed. And so it's not those young people coming into the fold. It's kind of, unfortunately, more experienced boaters.
You really wouldn't think that, too. It's interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And but it's the same kind of things that we see all the time. Distracted boating, just like we see distracted driving, people looking at text messages, even with some anglers, the electronics and the size of those screens they're using now, like in low light levels, that bright light can be a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
You can be looking to see, what the depth is and not necessarily paying attention to what's in front of you. The number one cause of boating accidents is operator inattention.
Okay.
So it's just not paying attention. It's not seeing another boat. It's not seeing a hazard in the water. So that's the thing. You've got to pay attention. And we know alcohol makes it harder to stay attentive.
We get it. It's a holiday weekend. You want to,
absolutely
have a good time. You want to have a drink, but remember, these are people's lives we're talking about.
Absolutely, 100%. It's great to have a good time out there, but if you're going to be the captain, you're going to be operating the boat.
Yes.
You need to refrain. And I will remind folks that the penalties for boating under the influence, the threshold of 0.08 blood alcohol content is the same, and the penalties are the same. You can actually lose your driver's license if you're convicted of boating under the influence. So there's a steep price to pay, not to mention the potential, horrific outcomes if
it's
you're
not
involved
even worth
in
the
an
risk.
accident.
Not at all. Have a good time. Have a great weekend. If you're driving, don't drink. Easy as that.
Absolutely. Pay attention out there.
Yes.
Have a good time. And wear that life jacket, man.
Absolutely.
There's so many life jackets out there now that are so much more comfortable. The inflatable types that are water activated. So there's no excuse for not wearing that life jacket. Wear that kill switch. Pay attention. But have a good time.
Hey, Gen Z may like it. I mean, I think I saw one at the Met Gala the other night, somebody wearing a life jacket for a fashion statement.
That would be something.
Wouldn't that be?
Yeah,
Send a little message. Well, let me send you this message, too, because we've talked about this over the past couple of weeks. We're talking about that golden ticket you can possibly get, those elk hunting permits that everybody wants to get their hands on.
Yeah, we're like about a month away from the Buffalo River Elk Festival in Jasper, where those will be drawn. But I want to remind folks, because Friday is the last day to apply for elk permits
6 days
online.
from now, 31st.
Yeah, so May 31st, 11:59 p.m. Shut that thing down. So get this last week, if you haven't done it, get your elk permit application in. You do that at agfc.com.
Gotcha.
Easy $5 application fee. You got to have a hunting license.
Yes.
So you'll need that. But get that in. time is running short.
Well, let me just tell the folks in the future that actually get to draw these permits, we're both jealous. We're very, very jealous that you're getting these. Of course, we call them the golden ticket because they're so rare, but yet $5 is all you need to enter, and who knows, you might get it.
You could be the one, man.
That's awesome. Trey
Somebody's
Reid.
going to win.
Hey, somebody's got to win. Maybe
Yeah.
it's Trey. Who knows? Of course, we'll, we wish you all the best of luck, but if Trey wins, hey, what are you going to do?
We might cover it right here on THV 11.
I'd love it. I'd love it. Good to see you, brother.
Thank you, Hayden.
All right, you guys have a great and safe Memorial Day weekend.